Elliott is coming back to AT&T Stadium. I was curious if you're invested in the storyline, and I wanted to start with you, Corey, because I know in the past when other players have not...
I do not want to see a player go win a championship that was on my team for a long time, and then he goes and DeMarcus Ware's this son of a bee. I don't want to see Mike. I don't want to cheer for Mike Napoli winning a championship with Boston. Let's win one in Texas.
And Ian Kinsler.
Yeah. Okay, Mike, you didn't have to bring that. Like, I totally forgot. Thanks, though. You know, that's more to it. Thanks a lot. But I don't want to see that.
Oh, gosh, what a hater. What you want to see, what Corey wants to see is this. He wants to see Zeke take the ball up the middle and Micah Parsons knock him in the chest so hard you think he might have died, and then his career pretty much ends.
Isn't that what Roy Williams did to Emmitt Smith?
Yes.
Emmitt Smith becomes a Cardinal. I think it was a first handoff. Roy Williams hits him and breaks his collarbone, and Emmitt Smith's career is essentially done after that.
That's what you want.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't mind that.
I don't want. I'm not wishing.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll tell you what, the story goes away.
Good night.
There
this
will
is
be
not the direction I
Mike
expected.
is right, though. They won't talk about Zeke the rest of the game because they'll be like, well, they're...
And we won't have to hear about the red zone issues of like, well, Zeke's over there running for a yard and a half on third down.
He's broken.
Yeah, they're like, no, well, he wouldn't have done it here because he's hurt.
You don't have to worry about him scoring a touchdown against you in the red zone and then everybody being like, well, there it is. You don't have to worry about any of those stories for the rest of the time.
Yep.
I am not wishing for Zeke to get hurt. I want to be very clear about that, all right?
Yeah, we'd never wish.
But if it happens...
I'm glad for the clarification.
Mike's the genius for predicting it, you know?
I'm just saying it's happened before. In the history of the Cowboys, there was a running back 100 times better than Ezekiel Elliott. His name was Emmitt Smith, who's in the Hall of Fame. That's
100 times?
Yeah, go check out their yards.
And Super Bowls.
Yeah, 3-0. MVPs 1-0. Played in meaningful
That's
football
not 100.
games, 10-0.
Feels like 100% to me.
Yeah, I guess it's more than 100% when you always have 0 on the other side. It happened to Emmett.
Yeah, it could happen to any of us, man.
Yeah, we're just saying it could happen because it has. In the history of the NFL, it's happened before, and so it could happen again. I don't remember Tony Dorsett in Denver. I think he stunk. And I don't remember the Cowboys playing Tony Dorsett in 1989.
Yeah, he was okay in Denver, but I don't remember that either, man.
So, just real quick, my question then is, are you invested in this narrative?
Not at all.
Okay.
I think we answered the question on...
It sounds like you're really invested, actually.
We would like the story to end as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with Mike on that. I don't want it to be a story at all, man.
Okay.
By the way, Tony Dorsett's had 703 rushing yards and 122 receiving yards, which was better than his last season with the Cowboys. So I will say that. But
because he had to share carries.
Yeah.
With Herschel Walker.
But
my guy.
Hold on.
That's
your guy?
Do you think Zeke was better than Herschel Walker? Don't look up anything. Just tell me what you think.
Wow, this is a really fun question because this goes again to the comparing the times, right? The times were what they were.
I will lean towards yes, Zeke was better than Herschel. Herschel, unfortunately, came to the Cowboys at the end of the Cowboys run because when I grew up in Cowboys history, there was this old guy that my uncles and dad and grandpa would argue about named Danny White. And they're like, I think Gary Hogaboom should take over. And then they're like, I don't know, man, Steve Palleur might have something. And that was the crap I had to deal with as a kid. And now if you're 30 years old, you've had to deal with that crap for 30 years. There was Troy Aikman in my life, thank God.
Listen, I'm not like actively rooting against Zeke and like mad at him for anything. There's no reason.
How I might have misinterpreted that.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. There's no reason to be actively mad at him for anything. But Kevin, let's look at the Green Bay Packers. And I know that Aaron Jones is injured right now, but would you consider Aaron Jones the running back that they want to have the ball from the 20 to the 20?
Yeah.
And would you consider A.J. Dillon the running back that they would prefer to have within 5 yards?
I could maybe see that.
All right. How much do you think Aaron Jones is making this year? $12 million.
Dang it.
And actually, yeah, $12 million, $13 million guaranteed. How much do you think A.J. Dillon's making?
Not that.
He's a second-round pick?
Doesn't matter.
Well, I think isn't he still on his rookie contract?
He has actually, 4-year, $5.5 million deal.
Yeah.
So he's making 2.5 or two and a quarter guaranteed this year, But more than anything, Kevin, that's the difference in number.
Yeah.
Is that if Zeke was going to come back this year and play for the Cowboys, he would need to do it on that basis because of his specialty that he's good at. And then Tony Pollard, whose specialty is I can break one open for an 80-yard touchdown at some point. That's what he's good at. He gets paid bigger money for it. So that's kind of where I was looking. Zeke wasn't coming back for that money, and he wasn't taking any less of a role here.
I like where Corey's going because I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big fan of Zeke, and here's why. Unbelievable his rookie year. Best running back in the NFL, his rookie year. Better than all the veterans. He's the best. He's great. And then he's like, you know what I like? I like partying. And I'm being very general on that because specifically we don't want to get into all the partying he did.
Right.
Okay? And then after 3 years in the NFL, he's like, you know what would be fun? To show up as a fat ass every year in training camp and to sit out because I want a whole bunch of money. He's one of the reasons that like 2019 through 21 didn't go well. He wasn't old. What he decided is going out and partying hard and not showing up in good shape, not being ready for an NFL season, pretty much years 3 through 6 in his NFL career would be a smart idea. And taking a crap load of money. Hey, he got it. He pulled the skirt
Cowboys are
or whatever.
At fault for that too by saying it starts
the
at
Cowboys
this number.
trusted a dude who wanted to party more than play football at that time. And it hurt the Cowboys. So from 2019 through 2021, Zeke screwed over the Cowboys, but the Cowboys did a good job of screwing over themselves and believing in a party animal.
Now, it's interesting. It feels like a lot of people are on the same page. There are some people who, from the 214, I don't care one bit. And then there are other people that are worried because they think the story will become a bigger deal based on individual performances. Like, for example, in the 682, y'all know damn well Zeke is going to score on 3rd and 1, and then Pollard will not make it. We'll have to listen to that BS narrative all year. From the 214, Zeke will score more red zone TDs than the Cowboys because they refuse to run play action down there. And then on the opposite end from the 214, the game should be a blowout, and Zeke gets like 17 rushes for 72 yards. And then the ultimate fear from the 214, Zeke and Stevenson are going to go for 125 rushing apiece. Now, Zeke did have his most impactful by quite a bit game with the Patriots in the last one against the Jets. The first 2 games, not so much.
Yeah, I will say this. I did see the stat this morning that said the Cowboys stacked the box on James Conner 52% of the time, and still he had like 98 yards on those times. It was, or he had,
I want to see a breakdown of that just because I know the second half was a different story.
And that's fine. The point is, like, we can go for the first half. They could cut back and do whatever they wanted.
They wanted.
If you're the Patriots this week, aren't you looking at the film and going, oh, we run at Micah and we this is how we get away. We start wearing Micah down early. We try to get at him early. We put people on him. We run at him. We go away from him and make him chase. We do things that are going to make him tired. And Ezekiel Elliott would be a factor in part of that. So, like, I'm still a little concerned that the Cowboys, they don't know exactly what plan's going to come at them here. But that's what I would do if I'm the Patriots this week. I would take full advantage of Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott, and I would say this is how we're going to go all day long until they prove they can stop us. So it is going to be on the Cowboys to force the fact that you're not going to run on us. I'm not afraid of Mac Jones. I'm not afraid of Mac Jones going out there and beating the Cowboys.
He might punch you in
the
nuts.
He might punch you in the junk. That's fine. Yeah.
He does that?
Yeah.
Remember the sauce thing we just talked about?
Yeah. Sauce said he punched him in the stuff. Yeah.
That just happened like 2 days ago on the show.
That's so long ago.
Also, that was the time where the music played, so he was distracted at that point.
Reggie, I thought they were talking about like that just happened in this segment. And I was like, I swear we were talking about Zeke Elliott.
Not Sauce.
Yeah, or Mac.
Yeah. So
Sauce.
Well, Mac is I'm not afraid of that, but I am.
Isn't that special sauce?
And yeah. I'm also not afraid of Mac Jones taking off and running and read options like Josh Dobbs did against the Cowboys either. So that's
Can you imagine if Bill Belichick, I know he's not an offensive coordinator, if he's like, these guys cannot stop a running quarterback.
I'm running Mac Jones.
Just run.
So that's the factor in there's going to be a soft spot, and I would have loved Ezekiel Elliott to win a Super Bowl with the Cowboys. That would have been awesome. And I would have loved if he could have stuck around because he did have a skill that they are trying to figure out how to replace at the moment. But for the rest of the storyline, man, I listened to Jerry this morning. There are things that he loves about the guy, but he also acknowledged he's not with us.
Yeah.
You acknowledge that part of, look, do you think that they're going to do a big special package for him before the game?
A little bit.
You do?
I do.
I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. Listen, man, that's great that you played here for a while. Lots of people have played here and not won championships. You need to be one of those legacy type guys, not a dude that's not going to be in the Ring of Honor for us. We can say thank you. We can say goodbye. He's not going to be in the ring.
You know,
did they ask him that?
No, he didn't. They didn't ask him about the Ring of Honor, but they did. They did this morning ask him if they were going to have a montage before the game, and he said, "I don't want to ruin any surprises, so we'll leave it at that."
Oh crap!
That feels like
this is not NBA or MLB. This is a violent, emotional sport. That's why we love it so much.
Yes.
It's the violence and emotion and the rarity of it on just a one time a week it happens. I don't think we should play with the Cowboys' emotions on the sideline and have 5 minutes before the game a ceremony honoring an above-average player in Cowboys history, and then he's on the other side. It's going to motivate him. How does that motivate your team? Let me ask you. How does it motivate your team to put up a montage of Zeke Elliott right before the game? What does the defense think when they're like, man, that was our brother. That was our guy that was on our team for all these years. Let's go kill him. No, they're going to then feel like, man, what a great ceremony. That's great, you know?
Yeah.
No, you don't. I just don't think in such an emotional sport, in basketball, baseball, hockey, I get it. There's 162, there's 82. Don't do that crap. Don't become soft serve on me, Jerry.
What's really interesting is I feel like I have discovered that maybe people don't care about Zeke returning, but they sure as hell care about what will be the narrative once the game's over.
Yeah.
They want it to be, hey, Zeke ran the ball 12 times for 40 yards, and it was a 17-point game. But not, hey, he scored 2 goal line touchdowns, and that ended up being the difference.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. Here in 3 weeks, if you lost to the Cardinals, the worst team, Zeke runs for a bunch of yards against you, you can't beat the 49ers, and then you go play Kellen Moore. That's a bad 4 weeks of football, like headlines for the Jerry Jones group right there. Man, you can't let Zeke do anything today or on Sunday, dude. You gotta wipe him off, man.
We'll kick enough field goals on Sunday and win this.
That is not.
We're gonna win this thing 9-3.
That is not the level of encouragement I was hoping for.
I think we'll win 21-16, but that's 7 field goals.
I knew he was gonna say that as soon as he said 21. We're the KNC masterpiece.
It multiplies up.
No extra points after the field goals.
Sure, that is how that works.